Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So in today's video, we would be understanding about your HTTP and HTTP callout mock in context of your Apex test classes. So guys, whenever we are working with external APIs and we have to write a test class for those things. So at certain point of time, we generally tend to confuse various things, and we don't know the in-depth process that how things go and how things work. So in today's video I would be trying to cover up this scenario, and we would be working on your external services. Like I would be creating a class and we would be having some discussions related to that class. So let's get started with this. So I'm creating a new Apex class, and in this class I would be naming this external search. Okay, and in this I would be creating a method public static string Google Google me, and in this we would be passing a random query. And first of all, what we have to do is we have to create a http is equal to new http. Okay, and we have to create an object of http request that we would be sending in our http. So http request is equal to new http request, and in this request we would be passing the endpoint request.set endpoint. That is the string type of endpoint. So what you could do is you could create an endpoint in here like string endpoint as per the best practices, guys, because you have to pass this string in here. So https, and yeah, I would be typing www.google.com, and in here we would be passing a query that is equal to this and plus query. And in this endpoint what we would be doing is we would be passing in here. See, what is the benefit? We could have written this entire thing in here also, but what is the benefit if this thing is being called at n number of points inside your code? So I don't think that this is a perfect solution, because if we have to change one code, we have to update it entirely. But if we write this in a separate variable, so this gives us an advantage that we have to change a single line and everything gets sorted. Okay, so yes, and moving further, uh, we have to send this request. So we would be doing http dot send, and the request is sent, but this also gives me a response. Okay, it would give me a response, so we would be getting it in our http response. Okay, and in our http response we got the data that came from here. Okay, so what I would be doing is I would do system.debug uh, response. Okay, and I would be returning a response dot get body, because see, it consists of various methods like get body as blob. So as a document, you can get the header keys and the status as well, but we want the body, the data that it is giving us. So returning this, and we could print the entire response in here. So yeah, we could save this. So I created just a simple class, guys, that tells you about the endpoint, and this is just the entire working of this endpoint. So now what we would be doing is we would be creating a test class for this. So uh, before creating the test class, what we would be do is we would be creating a mock factory, guys. As guys you understood about the test data factory that we created in our previous videos. Similarly, this is also a very good practice. Why? Because in this mock factory, uh, we would get the response as per our needs. We could modify it. And what am I saying according to this modification is, let me show you guys. So I created this HTTP mock factory, and first of all, this is annotate with @is test, and implement it would implement a framework. Okay, that is an interface, that is HttpCalloutMock. HttpCalloutMock. Okay, and this interface is having some methods in this, so we have to override those methods also. So first of all, what we would be doing is we would be getting some uh, data. This is the status code, and this would be the status. Basically guys, there are a lot of codes like 500, 200, 400 internal server error, so you could refer them online. In this we would be having a body also. Actually, this is an entire replica of the actual mock. So let me complete this, then I would be explaining you quite in depth. And I'm creating a map of string and string type, which would be giving me response headers, and I would be creating a method that is HTTP mock factory, that is a constructor, and in here I would be passing the code. Okay, so in here I think this is clearly visible to you all guys, or I need to increase the size. This is to 20, I guess 21 would be correct. So yeah, so in this constructor I would be doing this dot code is code, just assigning the above values of my constructor. So this dot status is status, this dot body. So those of you all who don't understood this, what this means is guys, when I am calling this HTTP mock factory now, I have a parameterized constructor, so I have to pass values while calling this class. Okay, and I would be passing the data as per my parameters. Okay, so what would be there is, in these you would have your data that you would be randomly passing. So when you would call this class and you want these things to be initialized, you would be writing this dot code, and this code is this one, and this dot code refers to your these methods that you created outside your constructor. Okay, and now what you would be doing is you would be getting the responses. So for this you would be creating a response, so that would be a method public HTTP response respond, and I would be passing in here the request HTTP request. So in this method, this would return me a type of HTTP response, and this takes an argument as a HTTP request, and the HTTP request is this one, and in this we are sending the entire HTTP request. So this would come in here as in the form of request. So what we would be doing in here is HTTP response res is equal to new HTTP response. Okay, and what we would be having is we are getting some headers from our response. Actually, you would be getting a very good idea of your response headers if you have worked on your APIs, things like that, and you have used Postman for that kind of thing. So yeah, I also do prefer Postman because it is good for so these kind of things. So for string key in this dot response headers dot key set, and since I'm getting the keys, so I would be getting is res dot set header. I'm setting the header, that key would be my key only, and the value would be, what would be the value is yes, this dot response headers dot get, and the value that is present on the key, and res dot set body, you would set the body as this dot body. Res dot set status code, that would be this dot code. Okay, res dot set status, that would be this dot status. Easy, and return me the response. Simple. I didn't do anything, guys. See, first of all, it seems difficult that what am I doing, but if you go thoroughly with this, I did just nothing. I created a method that returns me an HTTP response. In this method, I am setting the body, I am setting the status code, and I am setting the status. And where these things are coming from, these things would be coming from my constructor, and in that constructor I have initialized these variables, and those variables I am using down here. Okay, I think this point is clear. Now I would be creating a test class for my external search. Okay, so creating another method class, and external search test. So annotating with @ is test, and I would be creating a method one @ is test. No need of public static void test method one. Okay, creating a method one, and see, now there is, I would be using my mock factory because I want the mock to be of my type, my choice, and what that means is HTTP mock factory mock is equal to new HTTP mock factory. So since this is, I'm calling this, it is having some parameterized constructor, so integer code I would be passing 200, that is my status code, and what would be the message? Okay, good, this would be my status, and uh, what would be my body is uh, result found, this would be my body, and what I would be passing in response headers. I am having no response headers, so I would be passing new map of string. Okay, just this only. And now uh, some errors. No. And now I would be doing is test dot set mock. See, it is taking system dot interface type. So what is the system dot interface type is HTTP mock callout dot class. Okay, this is my system interface, and I would be doing it. I would be creating a string result is equal to mock. No, I would be calling my external search class external search dot Google me, and in here I would be passing programming made easy. Okay, so this would be my result, and HTTP mock callout. No, it is HTTP callout mock. Sorry, guys, my mistake. So now how to check this is you could have system dot assert equals what is your expected result. Expected is what are you expecting your result, that would be result, and what is your actual data is result found. Okay, so in this way you created this mock callout class. Okay, now let us test this. Okay, we got some logs that it is completed, and our assertion was passed. So if we write something this type, so to see this time it would fail my test or would it pass my test. See, so if we do is system dot assert equals like system dot assert equals expected and what is the actual. So in expected we are expecting result found, and what is your actual is that is coming from result. Okay, so now this is okay. This passed my test case, and if I write result found this type, saving this, so see I am getting an error. Why? Because it would say assertion failed. See, assertion failed because I have expected my result to be this and actual was this. So you have to make sure of this. Now I am having a question for you all is that since in this test class I am calling this external search class, and if we see the code coverage is 100%. Okay, that means all the methods are passing. So whenever I am calling external search dot Google me, so it should hit the endpoint because I had created an endpoint and I have sent the request. Okay, but since we are dealing in test classes, so if I run this for n number of times, let's say 50, 100, 500 times, 1000 times, so it would hit my governor limits. So how does Salesforce prevent such type of things from happening from your test class. So if you have an idea, guys, you could comment down below. And for those who don't know, let me explain it to you. Is basically what happens, guys, whenever you are working in your test class. Actually, your test class doesn't have an idea that this is an endpoint that is to an external source. So how does this differentiate that it has to go to that particular endpoint or not? Basically, from my test.setMock, since I have written this line test.setMock, so what it does is it internally, what it would do is it would not go to my actual endpoint, it would go to my fake endpoint. This test.setMock tells your Apex runtime that you have to go to your you have to go to your uh, fake mock endpoint that we have created by defining this line. Okay, so if you don't write this line, so then it calls your external endpoint, that is the actual endpoint. Okay, so all the game is of your HTTP mock callout class. This helps you to prevent your governor limits while firing from your test class. So this is a very important question because this is an inbuilt functionality from Salesforce. But how do we get it? We get it from your test.setMock. Okay, so I hope you understood this video. And one more thing, many a times you have also seen that this is not always the case that people generally do. I have created this mock factory, but many a times you won't see some things like that. You would see a Apex class and @ test annotated, and in here, since I am returning my response now, they won't return this type of things. They would be setting hard coding in here only, like response dot set code. They would be writing 200, sorry 200, and set status they would be writing it to be okay, and things like that, and then they would return the response. So that is also good because uh, this is also a way people generally do. But yeah, in order to test for multiple kind of things, you could create a mock factory. So I hope you understood today's video, and if you are having any doubts in this video, do comment down below, guys, and do tell me that was this helpful for you all, or was it just a waste of time? So okay, with this we would be meeting in the next video. Thanks for watching and happy coding.